Britain is a nation obsessed with dogs. There are 9 million of them in the UK, with 1 in 4 households having a canine companion. But some people don't just want to own a dog. They want to be one. 32-year-old Tom works as a sound and lighting technician for a local theatre. But after a long day at the office, this is where he likes to sleep.
I can actually fit in quite successfully. And to be honest with you, from there on in, uncomfortable.
It doesn't look very comfortable.
It's bizarre. It doesn't look comfortable. But then, I mean, you can shuffle around. You can make yourself a different shape and curl up differently, swap the corners, go to the opposite side. It looks bijou, but actually there's a lot more space in here than you really think.
For the past 10 years, Tom has spent every spare moment becoming a dog.
If I'm in here for a long length of time, if facilities needed, puppy training pads.
What's a puppy training pad?
Puppy training pads, they're there for small puppy spills normally, but they're quite absorbent. And it just means that if I do get sort of suddenly caught out, I've got the chance to relieve and relax, and then you put it in a carrier bag, tie the carrier bag off, and I can scoot and shoot out the way and curl up and go back to bed. It means I don't have to break out of being in the puppy headspace. I'm still a puppy and I can still look after myself. The other thing that probably sometimes people perceive as a bit, whoa, that's a bit seriously strange, but I actually munch on bonios, which are proper doggy biscuits. But they're as dry as anything.
What do they taste like?
What they taste like? There's no specific taste, but there's a definite texture of cardboard and sort of gravelly, kind of sandy type of texture.
That doesn't sound particularly appetising.
I like them. There's just something about it. It just helps reinforce who I am as a puppy. But it's supposed to keep your teeth good and healthy, clean, and your coat healthy and clean, so.
Tom spent more than £4,000 on specially made gear to transform into his alter ego, Spot.
This looks challenging.
It is very challenging to get on. Because it's custom made, custom sized, it's that much more awkward to get into. You need a fair bit of talc. Most rubber pups in the sort of community do actually need a hand to get in, they can't do it on their own.
Tom keeps his puppy gear at his friend Rachel's house.
Right, do you want to turn around and do it? So it's easy.
Whichever's up to you. If I go that way.
There. I think it's time you do a new one.
I know.
It's worse than a pair of tights. Jesus.
Whee!
Happy?
Yep. Right, time for the hood. Got nose tubes, means I can breathe like a puppy. They got my nostrils, and they then come round to the actual puppy's hood's nostrils. Now they're in there. You can breathe through your nose of a puppy, which is nice. Right, front paws. I'm a Dalmatian. They want to be on the go all the time. They're an active animal. Do theatre work, so I sort of hide in the dark, do the sound and the lights and that kind of thing. I don't want to be seen at work. I don't want to be seen in the public eye, but as my pup life, I want to be the centre of attention.
Last year, Tom won the first ever Mr. Puppy UK, a craft-style competition for Human Pups, and is about to compete in Mr. Puppy Europe.
I'm expecting to win, hopefully. That's the point of going over there. It probably is a sort of obsession. It's an escapism. It'd be a very boring life if there was no pup play around.
Puppy play was originally born out of the kink scene, but has since become a global phenomenon in its own right.
Hey there guys, it's G-Pup here and a big hello all the way from Australia.
There is a thriving online community with an estimated 10,000 human pups in the UK alone.
As a pup, I'm a Rottweiler, and I'm not running around on all fours. I work in catering.
I can totally understand why people would think it's strange to identify as being a dog.
It's a way of relaxing after a long day and not having to cope with everything that comes with a normal human life.
All of the pups that I know are regular, normal people you walk past in the street every day.
A lot of pups do work in very high-pressure jobs. They control large groups of people, they are CEOs. It's just a way of being able to express themselves in a way they wouldn't be able to do as a human.
It's coming out of the shadows. It isn't the seedy activity people think it is.
While real dogs are free to play outside, human pups have to be a little more discreet.
I'm waiting for it to boot up.
28-year-old Oxford graduate Kai
That really doesn't sound healthy, does it?
runs the UK's online community for human pups from his parents' garage.
Well, here we have a pup doing the ironing. Here's an ironing service. It costs £1 and a chocolate button for every shirt that you want ironed.
As a senior figure in the community, Kai has made it his mission to raise awareness of human puppy play. Today, he's putting on his website's first event.
Lots of people are scared to come out as a pup because they don't know the reactions of their friends, their family, and one of my jobs is to try to reach out to those people, show them that there is a big community for it in the UK and that people are here for them to help them.
So will you be dressing up as a pup today?
No, I don't dress up as a pup. I'm a handler. I'm one of the people who looks after all the people who do dress up as pups.
Is it about sex?
Pet play is definitely not about sex. Puppy play is a form of escapism. It's a way to move yourself from what you don't want to be and to be who you do want to be.
There are straight pups, there are transsexual pups, there are asexual pups. It's a very diverse community.
A large majority of the pups are males. Most females who are into pet play prefer to do kitten play, and because they identify better with a cat than a pup. Can all the puppies come this way? So I'd like to say thank you very much to everybody who's turned up today to our first Pup Out event.
The event has been a success, with over 30 pups in attendance.
Next month.
But Kai has even bigger plans for his next event.
Whereas here everybody is involved in pet play already, as soon as you take it outside of the building into the streets, you have no idea at all what's going to happen.
He will be walking a group of pups around the streets of London, where they will face the public for the very first time.
People shouldn't be scared or worried about being who they are and who they want to be. The general public are a great unknown, and obviously something that is as secretive and private as pet play. It's very nerve-wracking to then go outside and show that side of you off to people you've never met before.
Where's your blue ring?
Having won Mr. Puppy UK last year,
It's got dribble all over it. That's gross.
theatre technician Tom is now preparing to take on Europe with the help of his friend, Rachel.
I get automatic qualification entry into Mr. Puppy Europe. I'm going out to Antwerp to represent the puppy community
and see if I can bring back being the best pup in Europe.
But his single-minded ambition to become the continent's top dog has come at a cost.
You want to be a dog? You can be a dog.
Although they are just friends now, before Tom became Spot, he was engaged to marry Rachel.
He wanted to be able to explore different avenues, and I didn't understand it. I didn't want to understand it then. It was him having to make a choice between what he wanted to do or me. And it was a better choice for him. It's two different things when he is Spot and when he's Tom. So I suppose that's what I walked away from.
You disappear, you start chasing puppy toys and people giving you ear scritches and treating you as a puppy. You go so deep into the headspace that you just don't stop to look and you don't stop to think, but you crave it, you want it, you wish for it. It's just magic. It just really is genuinely magic. I am strongly, happily proud of who I am and what I look like. And I don't care what anyone else thinks.
This is my favourite toy bone. This has been with me for years, probably longer than any of my gear, any of my hoods. I love it.
What breed do you identify as?
I'm a wolf. My parents have always brought me up to believe that if you're happy in yourself and you're living a life that you enjoy, then that's the only thing that really matters. Most days for me is just being a dog around the house and chatting to my friends who are other dogs. I have a lot of dog-like traits. I chew things, I have quite a lot of dog bones and things lying around the house. I have an ID chip implanted in between my shoulder blades. I don't know if it's a process of becoming a dog mentally. I think it's more of a process of not thinking about being a human.
The day has arrived for web developer Kai to take a group of pups on their first public walk on the streets of London.
We've never done anything like this before, and for a lot of puppies, they don't take their pet plate out of their rooms. And so for an awful lot of them, this would be their first time going out in public. And so for that reason, it's a very big step for a lot of them to want to take.
How many pups are you expecting to turn up today's event?
Well, we're expecting about 20 pups and handlers to turn up. It'd be better if there's more. There have been up to 50 people who said maybe, and we'll all be there to make sure that the pups are looked after and to make sure everybody's kept safe.
Are you expecting trouble then?
You're never expecting trouble, but you've got to hope for the best and plan for the worst. Concerned as to where everybody is, considering those who said they were going to be here today, and they're not. Oh, Hello, it's Kai. I was just wondering where you were today. You're supposed to turn up for the pup walk.
More than 50 pups have signed up for the event on Kai's website. But with the arranged meeting time having come and gone...
Oh, you catch a cold, did you?
The turnout isn't quite what Kai had hoped for.
We have 2 pups, so it's not quite what was expected.
How are you feeling?
Shit. Well, for lots of people, pet play is a private pursuit, and as this here walk is out in public, they might have got cold feet at the last minute and decided not to turn up. The other 2 ready yet. We'll do the walk with the people that we have, and hopefully the pictures of the event will make more people want to come next time.
The 2 pups who have decided to brave the scrutiny of the great British public are Spot, the reigning Mr. Puppy UK, and a novice pup, Tim.
I'm ready to show the world not who I am, but what this is.
What do your friends and family think?
They don't know.
They don't know you're a pup?
No.
Just go out and be proud.
Yeah, exactly.
Regardless of how many.
Yeah, exactly.
different, isn't it, I suppose? You don't normally see two blokes walking on all fours, do you?
I don't buy it, I promise.
I thought they were doing it for some charity or a cause. If it is not, then...
I think it jollies things up no end. More the merrier.
What is actually going on?
Come on, puppies.
The reaction from the public, it's been brilliant, absolutely brilliant. They've been really sort of receptive of us, warm and welcoming.
I'll come back every time. This is me, this is who I am.
We're trying to bring people out more and get people to come out to more events and to do more things like this in public so that we can show everybody what pet play actually is about. People always get scared by the unknown, that's just human nature. But the only way you can get over that is by going out and doing it anyway.
Just like real dogs, human puppies rely on a handler to look after them.
What's a handler?
A handler is what we would term someone who likes to be in charge of pups.
You know, sit, play, fetch, that kind of thing.
Handlers get their own enjoyment out of it because they're caring for us as well.
The pup community was born out of this BDSM community.
Masters would treat their slaves like dogs as part of a humiliation technique.
Today, it's more about social aspects, about the headspace involved.
My puppy name is Bootbrush. I've been part of the puppy scene since before it was a puppy scene. A lot of my puppy play is focused around the fact that I have a handler who I love and adore and will do anything for him. He and my partner and his partner, we're all very best friends and all go out to dinner together and do things together, but he's more than a friend as well. He's the person who has made me the dog that I am and helped me to become the dog that I am. I mean, God, there is very few pleasures in life that can be quite as good as good boy. And actually that shiver of excitement and pleasure at knowing that you've pleased somebody and you've done good.
After separating from Rachel, Tom moved in with Colin, who became handler to his alter ego, Spot.
Well, the handler is essentially exactly the same as with biological dogs. Look after it, care for it, making sure it's got food, water. Other people might not understand it, but then we don't understand other people's relationships, so it works for us. Yeah. Have some treats. Oh. Paul? Good boy.
Are you romantically involved?
Oh.
It's primarily handler and pup.
Yeah, friend with benefits on the domestic side.
Rachel's Tom's ex-fiancé. Does it bother you that he's still so close with an ex-partner?
No, it doesn't bother me in the slightest because I know the history, I know everything that's going on.
I know that pup play did have a fairly strong say in us separating out and going different ways. Rachel thought that I'd swapped sides and was becoming gay and had no longer had feelings for her and no longer wanted to be around her. A real tiny bit of me does have a regret being a puppy, only because I lost what I had. But it's worked out and I'm happy, and I sound like I'm not happy at the minute, but I just know that I'm grateful for what I've got. Can I ask you a question?
No.
No, seriously.
No.
Please.
Not on camera.
No, just one, please.
Not on camera.
Are you jealous of Rachel?
I'm not really into it on camera.
Okay. I'd like to know the answer, though.
Not on camera.
All right, fine. Enough said.
As Mr. Puppy UK, Tom will soon be travelling to Antwerp with Colin to compete for the crown of Mr. Puppy Europe. Today, he's come to Rachel's to pack up his gear.
My handler's coming out with me, so I got support from that side.
And you got support on the other end of the phone?
Well, I know I've got support on the other end of the phone. It's just, I probably can't phone whilst I'm actually doing it. I can only probably phone afterwards and let you know either how badly or how well it went.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you don't win it. It doesn't matter if you do win it. I think he could win it. But no, I hope you have a brilliant time and really proud of you, of what you have achieved so far.
That's all right.
And I know you do really well.
Yeah. That's all I can do.
I know. That's all you know how to do as well.
Tom will be pitted against 5 other pups from across the continent.
There's a slalom obstacle course, and then after that there's the howl along. And then we do an interview section against a panel of judges. They're rather serious. It's rather serious for a lifestyle hobby.
Do you wish he didn't do it?
No, because if he didn't do it, he wouldn't be happy. And I think him and happiness they need to go hand in hand. Otherwise, what's the point of doing anything if you can't be happy? If you can't express yourself in the way you feel you want to express yourself.
It's a nerve-wracking experience going over to Europe for the first time in a long while and representing the UK at the same time, so there's no pressure really, honest.
Would you like Tom back romantically?
I wouldn't say no. He's my soulmate in that sense. He's my first ever person I fell in love with, and I don't think that would ever change. But he's happy with how he is and what he's got. But yeah, I would never say never. It would be a nice thing to have him back, but time will tell. Only Tom can decide that one.
I think my wife sometimes wonders what I get out of puppy play. Life is getting more hectic nowadays. So much pressure on work and life. Some people drink. There's drugs. I mean, I would never do those things. You've got to be civilised in our society. You have to have being within the boundaries of humans. When you're in puppy mode, all that goes away. Chip takes over completely. I become non-verbal. I become more animalistic, more growly. We don't care about money, we don't care about what job you've got, we don't care about who's got the bigger car. You're my friend. Let's play.
Tom and his handler Colin are on their way to Mr. Puppy Europe.
It's the medal I got from winning Mr. Puppy UK. They're handmade, unique, and one of a kind. I think it's going to be exciting. I don't quite know what to expect.
It's the first time Tom has been abroad in 12 years. And his championship waistcoat has already caught the attention of the locals.
Mr. Puppy UK? Fetish, kink, quirky, acting like a dog. And I won.
Yes. That's it. Don't do from the top. Work it up, remember. Come back. Whoa. I'm very nervous now. Today is going to be basically all or nothing. We either succeed and come out top dog. No, don't put your fingers down inside. Or go home with tail between the legs. It's also, I'm out here representing the UK team on all the pups back at the UK. No, not from the legs, Buttocks. I'd be disappointed if I didn't win. It's a long way to come and a lot of stress to go through just to go, oh.
Awesome. You got the room key?
Yep.
No turning back.
What do you get out of puppy play?
For a lot of people, their persona as a pup can sometimes be different to their persona as a person.
I have social anxiety. So for me, it's a way of breaking free of that social anxiety and interacting with people in a way where I feel naturally comfortable.
It's not like you are having to worry about what to say and how to make small talk with people.
Puppy play relies on a far more primal language.
Really, it's just about woof, growl, whimper, bark.
Following on from the positive public reaction to Kai's first puppy walk, today the 28-year-old is taking 2 pups to the park for some much-needed obedience training.
Whoever brings it gets the chocolate.
What's happening today, Kai?
Well, as part of being a handler, one of the things you have to do is make sure that your puppies are trained and well behaved. So we've come down to the local park to teach the puppies some tricks, make sure they can know how to play fetch, how to run properly, play well with others.
Why did you want to become a handler?
Because it's fun looking after puppies. Look how cute they are. And you get to watch all the puppies running around and you get to look after them and you get to make sure they're happy. And what more can you want? Right, ready? You're going to walk one step behind me, yeah? Just go and take them for a short walk, see if they know how to stay where they're supposed to, or if they're just going to be naughty.
It looks quite tiring.
Oh no, it's not tiring at all for me. Sit. I think we need to give this one a rest, yeah?
Why do you do puppy play?
It's fitting of my character. I quite like being silly. This just gives a sort of way to do it. That's interesting to me.
Are you house trained?
Moderately. It's no fun being all good.
Oh, hello puppy. Pups are all tired out from too much running around, so it's time to put them back to bed and just put them in their baskets.
With 2 exhausted pups on his hands, it's been a successful training session.
You've been good boys today, haven't you?
But Kai is not the only human puppy handler on the scene.
Got a rope tuggy and several rope tuggies. They like the noisy toys.
41-year-old Andy has been a human puppy handler for the last 3 years.
That one. They like that one a lot. It's a squeaky as well. I've got 6 pups in my pack. They're all different age ranges from 22 up to 42. We are like a huge family. My parents live abroad, my sister lives way away, and I created my own family in lieu of having direct contact with my family, and I couldn't be any closer with my pups. I love it.
Andy, an IT consultant, now runs the largest puppy play event in the UK.
I became a handler owner because I prefer that side of things. I'm not a pup. It's my way of being part of the pup community and being able to guide and shape young minds. Hello. Oh, that works.
Today in Birmingham, Andy is getting ready for one of his regular human puppy events.
Whose socks are those? Are those scruff socks?
Known as Pup Social, the monthly get-together is growing in popularity.
Right, just put them up there and just tell the pups not to jump on them or anything like that. Pup Social is a safe, free, comfortable environment where pups can come and be pups. The numbers on the ticket website at the moment are up around 80 something or other. We have 81 sold. Good afternoon, everybody. I said good afternoon, everybody. That's better. A lot of people use pup as an almost therapy because it's a much more fun way of escaping, things that can be sometimes socially crippling for some people.
Why do you think the community does attract sort of socially anxious people or people that are perhaps not very confident?
Because I think it attracts those type of people because it gives them that confidence, plain and simple. A lot of people were bullied as youngsters at school, and they use the pup side of things as an escape mechanism from all of that and to give them some self-confidence and self-esteem. Speaking from personal experience, one of the reasons why I enjoy what I do is because that happened to me when I was at school. I was bullied from age 7 through 17 at school every day. I came to pupping a lot later in life, but a lot of things can be made a lot easier when you immerse yourself in a totally different lifestyle where people don't really care about your history. What they care about is who they're with at the time.
Tucked away in the historic port of Antwerp, in a huge industrial warehouse, is Mr. Puppy Europe. More than 5,000 people attend each year to witness the crowning of the new European Human Puppy Champion. Spot will be competing against 5 other pups for the prestigious title.
Do you think you've got a good chance, having seen the competition?
I think I've got a fairly strong chance from the point of view that I'm unique enough that I'm not another dark-coloured pup who's in either brown or black or the same style of hood.
But this is the first time he's experienced puppy play on the continent.
In relation to our UK side, it comes across as very sexual.
The groups that I've always been involved with doesn't have a sexual aspect to it. It is purely a means of, I suppose, role play, really, in its own way.
This is my puppy. So I actually own this one. This one wears my collar. So I invite him along and I torture him. And the more I do it, the more he wants it. Look at that face. See that smile?
Welcome, Antwerp 2016. Yes.
The puppies will be judged across multiple disciplines by a panel of experts.
The organisers and the contestants take these contests very seriously. It's a real contest with real implications, and the winner of the title has a full year of being Mr. Puppy. The interviews are going to be first, they're private, everything else is done publicly. So the judges are going to interview the candidates one at a time. Hi, Spud.
Whoa!
What's good about you? What's positive about you as a puppy?
My best puppy quality?
I see myself as a kind of a chihuahua.
I always try to be cute, actually. I think exuberance.
Mischievousness.
Next up's the obstacle course, a bit like a dog agility course for them to essentially navigate as a puppy would. Go. Now dogs get distracted. Dogs don't necessarily head straight for the goal. Dogs don't necessarily do exactly as they're supposed to do all the time. Go. They're graded on how canine their behavior is. Okay, so we're now about to have the howl along, and that's them showing us how dog-like they sing. This is not an opera contest, this is not a music contest, this is entertainment.
Great!
As the pups break for lunch, the scores are level, with just one event left to go.
I think I've still got a very strong chance. So the audience was applauding for me, so I think there's a real good strong chance from here on in. Really, really pleased.
Yes, I am back for the new part of the Mr. Puppy contest.
For the final event, the pups will perform a rehearsed routine of their choice. Spot will be last to take the stage. The other pups on show have all opted for a raunchy routine in a bid to impress the judges, while Spot and his handler Colin have something different in store.
A big applause for Spot!
As the event draws to a close and the judges tally up the scores, Tom faces an anxious wait.
How are you feeling, Tom? Scared, nervous, worried, excited. I don't know, mixed emotions at the moment.
These are the winners. So, second runner-up, that's third place, is Spot!
Most of it at the event here has been an eye-opener in certain ways.
Drum roll for the winner of the Mr. Puppy Europe.
It was not probably the brightest idea to do something that was outside of the box in terms of the drawing on a piece of paper as a puppy with my mouth. It was probably too soft to an extent. Just really disappointed I didn't do any better.
How do you anyway?
I don't think anyone in this world is normal. Everyone has their quirks.
Even if you confess I don't Napoleon.
A week after the competition, and Tom is back at Rachel's, returning his gear.
How are you getting on?
Not too bad.
Can I move your head?
Yeah, of course you can.
Spot was one of the reasons why we went our separate ways. But seeing how happy it makes him, and yeah, wouldn't have it any other way.
What do you mean by that?
Well, he's a lot happier in himself.
And you?
Me? I'm always going to love Tom. Always.
Do you think if Tom wasn't Spot though, that you'd be back together?
Just answer honestly.
Yeah.
The problem is I don't think I'd ever get rid of Spot in my mind, in my life, in my body, in my soul. I'm happy as this. Puphood needs me and I need the puphood. We are one.